Hi, I'm Patrick Dangerfield, and this is the Danger Zone. Filthy, thanks for joining us in the Danger Zone today. Now, you look like you just come out of the weights room. What have you been up to this morning?
Yeah, as you can tell by my frame, not much.
Now, Phil, that's not true. You have put on weight since you've got here, haven't you?
Yeah, 7 kilos.
Where is that 7 kilos, apart from your head?
Yeah, I don't know, somewhere.
Now, Phil, you're a North Adelaide boy, and you've grown up in South Australia. What was it like to be drafted by a South Australian club and be able to stay at home?
Obviously, it was a great honour, first of all, to get drafted by the Adelaide Crows. They've been a very successful team in their 20-year history, so yeah, it was a great privilege to stay here, but also get to stay home with my family and friends was obviously a nice little treat on draft day.
Now, Jane's a very good cook. She, both you and Jane cook for a few of the boys. What sort of things do you cook, and what's your speciality?
Yeah, it could be a bit of duck, a bit of frog, all that kind of stuff. But a bit of green chicken curry is one of my favourite. A barbecue when the barbecue's not broken. Pat's got a problem with our barbecue at home, so
we were over at Phil's last week for dinner.
No, don't tell that one. Tell the other one.
And the barbecue wasn't in good nick, was it?
No, it was sort of a bit broken, but that's fine. It's all fixed. So I don't know, a bit of stir fry, a bit of lasagna.
Yeah, you do make good lasagna.
Yeah, so I'll have a crack.
Now, Phil, this is your second year. You were unable to crack a game last year, but this year you've been a regular in the team. What's changed from last year to this year, do you think?
Probably the fact that you haven't been annoying me all year has probably been an improvement, telling me that I haven't been in the team, but no, in all seriousness...
I was just reminding you.
Yeah, that's good. And in all seriousness, I'm not sure, actually. I had a pretty good pre-season and, because of our unlucky run with injuries early in the year, it sort of gave me an opportunity, and I like to think I took it relatively well and sort of enabled me to stay on the team for a little bit longer.
Now, rising star against Geelong, who are undoubtedly one of the best sides ever in the history of the game, but also the last 3 years have been the dominant force. What do you take from that, and moving forward, what do you think you need to work on?
Yeah, obviously it was a great honour to get nominated among the other great players that have been nominated so far this year. It's just a little notch on the belt, but nothing too serious. But for me, I've obviously got to work on a few things. I'd love to become a good forward, and to do that, I think I need to put on a bit of size, as mentioned earlier. That's probably, and also just to generally improve decision-making skills and all those kind of little things. And spread like you, Pat? No.
Thanks, Todd. I have been working on my spread. Now, Phil, with the absence of Nathan Bock for next year, there's obviously a hole at centre half back. Is that what you want to make your own going forward?
It'd be nice to play there. That or in the midfield. Obviously, if I could get that spot, that'd be great. There'll be some fierce competition. You've got Daniel Taylor, Luke Thompson back there coming through as well, and they're good players. Andy Otten's coming back. So there's going to be a fair bit of pressure. Will Young as well. So,
can you tell us about Daniel Taylor? Because not many Adelaide supporters will have seen him, being our first draft pick this year. But can you tell us about him?
Yeah, Taylor's is a good fella. He's a big unit, one of the biggest I've seen for that age. He's about my height, about 195, but would weigh 96 kilos. Well-built man, and nice blonde hair. He doesn't mind his hair, and I wouldn't say he was the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's improving.
While we're on the subject of Daniel, I know this interview is supposed to be about you. Earlier in the year that you had a Crushers camp and you went away for a couple of days, and there was a prize involved. And I understand Daniel has spent this money, which the team has won. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's from what I've heard. That is true.
From all reports.
Yeah, all reports. That is true.
So he's won this money and he's spent it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's spent it on a girlfriend and his mother when he took them out for dinner.
Well,
is that true?
I wasn't in the team that actually won, so I would be very disappointed if that is true. But from all reports, that is true. He's taken out his girlfriend-to-be, I think, and her mother to dinner. So you read into that what you want.
We'll have Daniel on next weekend, so we'll ask him directly. Now, Phil, earlier on in the year, you copped a very big hit from Aaron Sandilands.
Oh, I hit him pretty hard, yeah.
Did you take a dive, or were you seriously hit hard?
Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. I don't remember. But I probably would have been a dive. I'm a bit of a theatrical young man, so it could have well been a dive.
Now, Phil, let's discuss some of your teammates Who would you consider the most annoying person at the club?
Apart from yourself,
That's a given, though.
yeah, it's a given. I don't know. It's actually they're not too bad. It's you by a long way, a long way. Pat Dangerfield.
Well, lucky the feeling's mutual, so we'll move on from there. Now, do you have any goss for us? We interviewed Sam Shaw earlier, and us three get along pretty well. But have you got any goss for us on anyone at the club that we can share with our supporters?
Dave McKay's close to getting engaged, I think, or hopefully.
Well, from all reports, I think he is engaged, so we'll get the seal of approval for that later this week.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Dave, I think. Yeah, obviously he's getting close. We've got a few marriages coming up. What else is there? Sam Shaw's recently got a girlfriend.
Yeah, we spoke about Sam Shaw and Sarah McKay. Now, there has been a bit of a feud within the club. Have you noticed it?
Oh, there's tension.
Yeah,
there is tension.
Yeah.
I think Dave's handled it probably better than Sam has. I think Sam's sort of gone back into his shell a little bit.
Is it a maturity thing? Dave is that little bit older, Sam that little bit younger. Is it a maturity thing?
That's true. It could be, but Sam doesn't say much.
No, that's very true. Phil, outside of footy, what do you do with yourself?
Not a lot. I tend to I do a little bit of study occasionally, bit of PlayStation with a few of the boys, and spend too much time with you.
Going back to study, you wouldn't study all that much. That's correct? Is that right?
I do a bit, yeah.
Can you tell us about your last result for your uni results and just how outstanding they were, considering that you put in about 3 hours a week? Is that correct?
Oh, that's generous. 3 hours. No, I passed. I
think you passed with flying colours. Can you give us that exact mark?
Oh, a bit above a pass.
Now, Phil, without looking at the numbers, who would you say is the oldest person at the club?
Yeah, the eldest bloke at the club, in my opinion, it's a tough one. We've got a few people that like to act mature. Scott Stevens at times, Ben Rutten at times. And of course, your Simon Goodwins.
Well, your Simon Goodwins, Andrew McLeods, everyone knows they're old. But Scott Stevens, he's not in that bracket. I'm not sure he's 30 yet, is he?
No, not 30. Oh, he's young and yet old.
Looking at him, you wouldn't think so, would you? I mean, he has got that elder person's build.
I think he's got a phenomenal rig. He's very underrated in the muscular stakes.
Well, you do look very similar, you and him.
Okay, that's fine.
Phil, thanks for joining us in the Danger Zone and giving up your time. Hope you have a good end of the year.
Thank you very much. I felt very unsafe.